But right now I'm joined by Frank Morano, my co-host, and also nationally acclaimed attorney Teisha Powell, and author of the book Trump Must Win. Hello, Teisha. How are you? Welcome.
Hi, John. Hi, Frank. Thanks for having me on.
So, Teisha, I have been looking forward to this interview because I know that you're ready to go wild and talk about how Trump was unfairly prosecuted. As an attorney, what do you think about the Department of Justice actions to dismiss the case against Michael Flynn, or at least recommend it?
That's definitely where we need to go because this is about Joe Biden and President Obama nosing around on Trump's business and trying to get Trump out by making up all these fake allegations. First, we hear about the Russian Ukraine, that didn't work. Then they try to impeach him with some bogus stuff. So I think that this is good that the American people are seeing this. And I thank God that Joe Biden was vice president when this happened. So now we know in November what we need to do is not vote for Joe Biden because he was part of this corruption of the DOJ with this Russian Ukraine stuff. So somebody's got to pay for it. Joe Biden should pay for it with his election.
Teisha, I do wonder, it seems like in part you're making a legal argument, and then a big part of what you're saying, not only here, but in your book, is a political argument. I do wonder, President Trump still is very polarizing. I voted for him. I'm planning on voting for him again. But the people that didn't vote for him and the people that don't like him, they seem to grow to dislike him even more every day, no matter what he's doing, whether it's the disinfectant comments or his back and forth with the reporter yesterday saying that he should ask if the virus comes from China. If you were advising the Trump campaign now, how would you encourage him to reach beyond his base to Democrats, to independents, to people that traditionally vote Democrat, but may not like Joe Biden, maybe because of the Tara Reade allegations or because they think he's part of that same old Washington swamp? How can the president expand his electoral coalition beyond his base?
Exactly what you said. Drill that Joe Biden is part of the establishment. Show people that the job economic, Trump is the one that's going to do it and not Joe Biden. Because we know when Joe Biden comes into office, we tend to not have any jobs. And it's only like the Trump administration that can really pull us through this recession. So we need billionaires right now in office to drag us out of this recession. And Joe Biden and his campaign will not be capable of doing this. So I think a lot of people want jobs. And I think that they should just vote for Trump so they could get jobs. In 4 years, when a Democrat comes in office, we'll think about it.
Teisha, I know you were a very outspoken critic of the impeachment hearings and the allegations against President Trump with Ukraine. They were saying that he used the power of his office to influence his election. Now, when you start seeing this new material that's come out, and you find out that both Barack Obama and Joe Biden were aware of a plot by Obama's administration, at least, to weaponize the intelligence against Trump, should Obama or Joe Biden be investigated like Trump was?
Definitely should be. And it's just the irony of everything, John, is the fact that it does appear that this is what politicians do in the United States, where they investigate their rivals. President Obama did it and he was not impeached. Trump knew about what was going on in overseas with Hunter Biden. He tried to look into it. Then they said that was impeachable. Now we find out that the DOJ was corrupt under Obama and Biden, and nobody's saying that's impeachable. They just have Joe Biden running on some character where he's also got sexual allegation issues coming out. So I'm not sure what Joe Biden's campaign is going to be running on this moment.
Well, I mean, isn't it a little unfair to say that just a mere allegation is disqualifying? We saw allegations against Justice Kavanaugh. We've seen allegations against President Trump. That doesn't mean that because somebody alleges something that it's credible or should be disqualifying. Isn't it a little unfair to just say because of this one allegation, people shouldn't vote for Joe Biden?
No, I think that people need to look at the totality of the circumstances. We've got Joe Biden who's running on character, okay? He's been married once or twice. He's running on character, and he's got these 8 sexual allegation charges. He's only addressed the Tara Reade one. The others, I guess they're just going to allow those to just drop dead. I'm not sure. And then now we've got corruption. We've got the Hunter Biden issue with 83,000 a month from Ukraine. Now we know that the DOJ, under the influence of Obama, and I am sure Joe Biden, because he was part of the Obama administration, went ahead and trumped up charges against Flynn. I mean, a general, somebody who's served in America. This is what they do to the American people. Somebody who's serving, that's what they do, just so they could have a rival Trump. So I think that these are things that people need to look in and think, maybe Joe Biden is too swampy to be running. It's just too much corruption now. He's probably worse than Hillary Clinton in 2016. I think that the longer they're in DC, the worse they become. I think that they just go down these slippery slope corruption and they can't get out of it. And it looks pretty bad. People don't want that in DC anymore.
Yeah, I think people, the media has marred this stuff up so much with who's the swamp. Trump kept a lot of swamp monsters on from previous administrations. I think, as Frank said, the country's quite divided. And it seems like no matter what Trump says, half the people hate it, half the people like it. And I guess it's going to come down to us objective folks in the middle to see who wins. But Teisha, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. You're the bomb. Go out, and she's writing a new book right now, but in the meantime, go out and check out Trump Must Win by Teisha Powell. And Frankie and I are going to be right here. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with more Liquid Lunch for you on Biz TV and Facebook. Stay right there.